oh, I couldn't be happier to be here. That I am right here. This is an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, he has a little thing that I don't know if it's regional or that.
He's from Northern California.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and there is, you know what? It's funny about him because he's been around so long. Talk about a guy who's like, you know, I mean, literally, every era is different era.
Mm-hmm.
And so I probably do him. My favorite is him around The Burbs. You ever see The Burbs?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite. If that movie came out today, it was a bit of a sleeper, kind of a. It dud in terms of making money. I saw it in the theaters, one of my favorite. But just that neighbor who's so high strong, who's just like, take me to the hospital, take me to the hospital.
Yeah, it's true. He's got eras like Al Pacino had eras.
100%. They you know they always say well, you know, I feel like impressionists, we talk about that you either die the hero or you live long enough to become the villain, because most people become a caricature of themselves. Like, you know, Jay and I were talking about Walk-In. I just rewatched
Christopher.
Brian. No. His
Walk In
sounds
like a place you could go or something.
The restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Walk-Ins.
The Walk-Ins welcome.
Walk-in clinic.
Oh, clinic, right.
I'm a doctor.
That's right.
He was like, I watched Dead Zone the other day. It's one of my favorite films. He's 40 years old. Looks 15, by the way.
Right.
I mean, whatever, like, you know, snail white Korean, you know, plastic surgery he had done in the center. Right. But he's light. He's sort of like this, you know. And then as they get older, they hear people do impressions of them.
Yeah.
So then Pacino, like you said, it's like Jack Nicholson, De Niro, and they sort of become, because, you know, Al Pacino, when he was younger, he had a very high voice.
Oh,
right. Al Pacino, when you walking back, he goes, we're going to go do this. I'm telling you right here. We got this. But then as he got older, all right, he sort of became like, hey, I'm smoking 50 packs every day. You know, and then it's same with Tom Hanks. When Tom Hanks was younger, he sort of, you know, if you hear him today, Stephen, he just did I'm watching him on Colbert, and he has it's still around, but it's not the way he used to be.
I'm just hearing Woody because I've been rewatching Toy Story with my children.
You're not a space ranger. You are a toy.
Yeah, that was
Pixar, man, when they're at the height of their powers.
so good.
Well, it's like the Roman Empire.
But it's like, the stories were so well crafted. Forget about any animation,
Incredible.
anything.
Yeah.
It's the stories and the arcs.
And the
and
music even.
But what you felt
music,
for fake things.
The heart, the comedy.
The Incredibles?
Incredible.
Yes.
Hey, Andrew, now it makes me think about Al Pacino and Cruising. But Al Pacino and Cruising, but because I had Jay Moore do Al Pacino and Cruising in the now
I am gonna suck that guy's dick.
Yeah, see, Alicia, you don't know what this is. They didn't show this in homeschool.
No.
My buddy played his boyfriend.
It was an adventure
in the movie.
Al Pacino made the weirdest movie ever. Now,
after doing hits, he had hits, and then he made that one.
Right, and you can say movies were flops or duds or I didn't get it or, well, it wasn't very good, but not too many of them are just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, why?
So he did like a really weird gay movie?
He did it when he was an undercover cop.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there's a guy who's killing gay men, and so he goes undercover through the back door. How is that not the slogan?
Yeah.
I am going undercover through the back door, okay?
And it was...
So he's trying to catch like a
murderer.
And
a homophobic serial killer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a gay serial killer.
Who was only targeting gay men.
He was roaming the clubs.
Yeah.
And, of course...
Like ex-lovers?
Well,
first off, I don't have to explain what a serial killer does. They just kill for sport, number one.
And they are usually white dudes.
And most of them would prey on, nursing students or co-eds. His was gay bars.
Oh.
And I have to watch this movie again.
By the way, I'm dressed as
you're wearing his life.
I left it in the car, okay?
You got the watch though.
I left it in a glory hole, okay?
you watch this now. I need to watch it again, but it's like the weirdest theme. But also, you know what it was based on? In the late 70s, every single one of those cop shows or detective shows in the 70s they had a theme, and I think this is where this movie came from, because they would go like on Dan Tana, they'd go this week on Vegas, in order to catch an international jewel thief, Dan's gonna have to become an international. I don't know why you had to become. How about you just become a cop and bust the international?
That doesn't happen in life, right?
Right, but it was like there's an international ring of counterfeiters, and in order to catch him, Dan's going to have to become one, and everything was going to have to become. And for some reason, if there's a gay serial killer, you got to become gay. How else are you going to catch him? And I would argue by just being cops and catching a serial killer. But he would have to infiltrate, you know what I mean?
So, like Miss Congeniality.
That's, by the way, it's the same thing.
It's all, that theme of join. Every Brian Bosworth movies, there's a biker gang, and he's got to join those bikers,
100%.
And at some point, they always run into that pivotal scene, because the lead guy's a little suspicious of Bosworth's character. Like, I'm not sure if he's one of us. And the ladies all love him, so that doesn't help. But at some point, they give the gun to him, and they go, we caught this Fed. Now let's smoke him. And they give the gun to Bosworth. And Bosworth realizes if he doesn't smoke him, he's going to be made. But he can't smoke him because, and he'd do this thing, and he'd go, I'd like to roast this pig right now. But he's going to be worth more to us alive because we can use him if we try to get across the border. Like that. The head guy goes, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, in Cruising, he's like, you gotta suck this guy's dick. And then Pacino's like, uh-oh, if I don't suck this guy's dick, I'm outed in the wrong way.
Say hips or lips, because that's the best.
Hips or lips.
And so, but the part that was... all right, I'll play the hips. The part about the movie that's crazy is Pacino kind of becomes gay. That's the weird part. Like if I'm reading the script, I'd be like, all right.
How funny is that the captain's like, you don't have to become gay. But I gotta do this.
Yeah, it's like,
I've gotta go undercover.
And he has a girlfriend. Karen Allen's his girlfriend. Yeah. And why does he have to go gay? Like, here's what I'm saying. They use police.
We're putting you on the exotic birds case. He goes, I gotta do the gay one.
They have police women.
Wait, can you become an exotic bird to find me?
Flap, flap. He's the best.
You have police women dress up as prostitutes, but they don't become prostitutes. They just dress like prostitutes. That's kind of...
It's a costume.
It's a costume. Brian Bosworth wasn't in the Hells Angels. He was infiltrating, but at some point the lines get blurry.
They said, they go, you didn't have to sleep with those men.
That's right.
He goes, I couldn't tell if their dicks were wearing a wire.
Here's hips or lips, by the way.
How big are you?
Party size.
What are you into?
I go anywhere.
I don't do anything.
That's cool. Hips or lips?
Well, by the way, it's got to be lips if you don't do anything, right? But
it just rhymes.
Also, I do.
Who wrote that?
That guy's not a great. It's not a great. Whoever wrote it died of AIDS 4 years later. But it's not a great sales pitch for fucking at the park where you just go, I don't do anything.
By the way, these are two guys who aren't gay.
Right.
They're just reading the line. Like, he's like, hips or lips. What do you do? Nothing. This is the coldest read I've ever seen in my life.
Also, how big's your dick? Party size.
Party size.
I don't know if that's a great description of a nice dick.
And by the way, if this was a bigger hit, that would have caught on.
Party size?
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, for McDonald's, you want small, medium, large, party size? What are we doing here?
But it's like what's the movie?
Candy bar.
No, the lady with the voice, and she's in the radio, and they are all the gangs in New York.
Oh, The Warriors.
The Warriors.
One of the best movies of all time.
Right, but it's kind of a sleeper movie, right? And there's some like, can you dig it?
But that is, I feel like that is an iconic film.
It is an iconic film that even his homeschooler knows.
This never became anything. But
even gay people are like, oh, that's not us.
I want to examine the term party size.
Yeah.
Party size when I grew up, they didn't have the party size or the fun size
Fun
little
size,
candy
yeah.
bars. Does party size mean big? Does party size
Ooh.
mean fun?
Party size is small. It's like what you get at Halloween.
Why did he say, I'm
Yeah,
a full...
but this is 45 years ago.
He
Oh.
should have said, I'm full almond joy.
Yeah,
Nuts out.
that's right.
I
yeah,
mean, party
Mhm.
size.
I'm a payday.
I'm a payday, yeah. I'm $100 grand.
Oh, that's a good one. I got a lot of nougat.
Yeah, I'm a Snickers. I'll satisfy.
I really hope my mom doesn't watch this episode.
They couldn't get, by the way, they were looking for a candy sponsorship.
Yeah.
And when they're like, Reese's